to the high beast. We are the high beast boys.
So two Hibs just in line with the 18-yard line. Shedler will want a long one, and Park will move back slightly by the referee. Stanton up there to help Gordon. O'Rourke! 9 minutes gone. Heart still Hibernian 1. Jim O'Rourke the scorer. Well, that goal all came from the throw-in. Shedler pumped it in, knocked across, and the Hearts defence stand still, and Jim O'Rourke had the easiest of tasks in knocking up his 24th goal of the season. Edwards. He's got Stanton free on his left. Brownlee coming up on his right. Looking for Gordon, and he's found him. Brilliant goal by Alan Gordon. 15 minutes gone. Hearts 0, Hibernian 2. That goal there was made by Alec Edwards. He had Brownlee and Stanton free, but elected to find Alan Gordon in the middle. Gordon chested it down and made it look so easy by slipping it coolly past Garland. Clooney. A break for Hibs. It's there. Arthur Duncan, 27 minutes gone. Hearts 0, Hibernian 3. That again was a Hearts defensive error. Pushed through to Duncan, and although Garland came out and managed to parry it, the ball still had enough steam in it to crawl over the line and give Hibs a clear 3-0 lead. Cropley. Back to Duncan. Gordon's in the middle. Cropley first time, it's a goal! 35 minutes. Hearts 0, Hibernian 4. Well, that goal again was fault by the Hearts defence. The cross came over, it was blocked. Half cleared, and Cropley volleyed it gloriously past the right hand of Garland. Hibs' third corner of the match. Duncan! It's in! It's another goal! Arthur Duncan gets his second, and Hibs' fifth goal. Well, from that third corner kick, the ball came over, and Arthur Duncan was poised to just whip it in off the post. Stanton. O'Rourke in the middle, with it Stanton there. Beautiful goal, number 6. 10.5 minutes into the second half. Hearts 0, Hibernian 6. O'Rourke the scorer. And that goal was made by Pat Stanton. He trailed right through the Hearts defence, a quick burst, left them standing, and O'Rourke slid in to touch it over the line. Shedler beating Park and then forcing the ball through to Duncan. Gordon! Number 7! Alan Gordon, 15 minutes from time, makes the score Hearts 0, Hibernian 7. That goal on the left, Shedler won the ball in the tackle for Duncan, and the accurate cross found the head of Gordon, and Garland was absolutely helpless. Minute and a quarter of stoppage time as that one goes in. Knocked out by Prentice. Only 2. Duncan. And Hibs have equalised with the last kick of the game.
as impressive as anybody in the field today, Evan. Now, Ralph Callaghan at Servan with a touch, and there's a goal. Bobby Thompson. 1-0, 21 minutes. And the second half gone right out of the blue. Now, it didn't look too dangerous when it went in, but you really have got to give credit to Thompson for coming in sharply and getting the touch. And Henry Smith had no chance. 1-0.
That's a touch across and it's in, yes! Brilliantly by McBride. Alan Snedden. Paul Kane has made a run, and Kane, Hibs are in the lead. Paul Kane, that could be effective. It's one-on-one, Archibald against McPherson. Archibald! Oh, what a strike!
Judging the high ball well, there's Josh McKinley. And now Bannon. McKinley into space for Keith Wright. Trying to get the better of McLaren. He's supported well by Evans. That's a good cross. There's Weir. It's a brilliant finish for Hibs. Well, there's the reaction of the Hibs supporters. Well, what a brilliant goal this was. Keith Wright did so well initially, half stopped there by McLaren. Gareth Evans supporting there. Just look at the quality of this cross, and then the quality of the first-time volley from Mickey Weir. It really is a superb goal for Hibs, and Henry Smith here was left completely helpless by the quality of that finish from Mickey Weir. It's goal number 12 of the season. A little Hibs player. And the game right back in the melting pot again.
Hibs made the breakthrough 10 minutes after the break. Michael O'Neill fed Graham Mitchell on the left, and his cross headed home by Keith Wright. Joy for Hibs, and have a look at substitute Darren Jackson in the tracksuit.
On the hour came the moment that mattered for Hibs. Beaumont's got a good touch on the corner and Gordon Hunter lashed the ball home. At full-time, Hibs' joy was unconfined. The Derby jinx had finally been broken. Mickey Weir got possession and headed straight down the slope. He held off Gary Mackay and somehow managed to stay on his feet. Joe Tortolano then helped out. He crossed and Jackson headed in. The Hibs fans inside Easter Road went wild. And wilder still, a minute later, Brian Hamilton's long ball sent Jackson off and running. Craig Levine got in a challenge, but the ball fell into the path of Michael O'Neill, and Hibs were 2 up.
"13 minutes into the second half, Hibs introduced Kevin Harper for Kevin McAllister, and within 4 minutes he had set up the equaliser. Mickey Weir was the scorer. Excellent play by the youngster on the left, but Weir was unchallenged at the far post. Within 3 minutes of the equaliser, Hibs were a goal up. The scorer of their first, Mickey Weir, turned provider with a delightful ball which gave Keith Wright the chance to beat Craig Nelson. Neil Berry is the defender beaten by the pass, and that was Wright's 10th of the season. The goal that put the match beyond Hearts came in 69 minutes. Pat McGinley was involved at the edge of the box, and although Nelson made a good save from his left foot shot, Kevin Harper followed up to score. Harper is one of the outstanding emerging talents of the Scottish game, and it was his contribution that turned this match for Hibs.
It was Hunter. Keith Wright looking for McAllister. Space to work with now. Attacking point and good cross in. There's O'Neill. Hibs have equalised. Well, a classic old-fashioned dash to the byline by Kevin McAllister. A delightful cross, tailor-made for the attacking player coming in. Michael O'Neill rising early, bolting ahead of past Bruce, and Hibs are right back in the match. And what a difference this might make. Hibs' confidence severely bruised, but now they have a fine goal from Michael O'Neill to put them right back in this Edinburgh derby. Joy for the Hibs supporters. Jackson looking for Keith Wright. That's Harper. It's a beauty. It's a wonderful goal from Hibs. Kevin Harper. Well, the build-up is terrific. There's the ball from Darren Jackson. Keith Wright knocked that down. And look at the quality of the volley from Harper. Rousset helpless. It was brilliant play from Hibs altogether. That header from Wright measured for Kevin Harper, and a stunning volley to put Hibs ahead.
McPherson is under pressure here and struggling. It's Gareth Evans who does well. Across now to Keith Wright, in comes Farrell. It breaks to Darren Jackson. The chance is on here, and Andy Dow scores in his debut. What a tremendous goal for the new player. Delight among the Hibernian fans. So just 51 minutes gone. Darren Jackson picked up the loose ball, and a great finish drilled right through Gilles Rousset by Andy Dow. His first match for Hibernian. What a debut, and is he happy? Hearts 0, Hibernian 1.
Good goalkeeping. Chris Reid left his line quickly and covered a potentially risky situation for Hibs there.
Harper making good progress here. The goalkeeper's nowhere, and Andy Walker has handed Hibs a lifeline. 2-1.
Yeah, now we've got a game on. That's the comeback that Hibs were hoping for. Magnificent play here from young Kevin Harper, and a very good cross. Rousset caught in no man's land, and a terrific header from Andy Walker.
It was a terrific header too, because you could see the bend on the ball away from the goal, but Walker got back and got his neck muscles round it and steered it into a goal that was relatively unguarded as Rousset got his bearings wrong.
Yeah, that's striking of the highest quality there from Andy Walker. He's done it for years and he's done it again for Hibs. He's brought them back into the game.
It's been a very stirring response from the side that are struggling in the Premier Division. Crawford, Dow, and the levels. Pat McGinley has put it in. Jim Duffy, half delighted, half trying to get his team back in control. And this second half revival gathers further momentum for Hibernian. 2-2.
Yeah, great credit there to Darren Dodds, who made the initial move down the left. The ball played across the face of the goal, and there another supporting run from midfield from Pat McGinley. Nicely off from Stephen Crawford. Good cross and a terrific finish from Pat McGinley.
Brebner for Skinner. Twisting away from Salvatore and from Cameron. And now Miller. Lavetti. He's away from Paul Ritchie. Barry Lavetti!
11 minutes into the second half, and the Hibs fans can now celebrate. That was Barry Lavetti at his best. He was fast, he was direct, and the shot gave Gilles Rousset not a hope of stopping it. He was away from Ritchie here, and the left foot shot buried in the bottom corner of the net. Barry Lavetti's 9th goal of the season, and how valuable might this be? He looks very calm and composed, but Alec McLeish must have got a real lift from that.
Not for the faint-hearted, the last 10 minutes at Easter Road.
Kevin Harper may go all the way through the middle! Harper! And Easter Road comes to life yet again. The Hearts defence stood off Harper. Alec McLeish tries to keep a smile off his face, but it wasn't working. Finally the arms go aloft, and Harper knocks Hibs 2-1 in front again. This was direct play from him, away from Gary Naismith, away from David Weir, and the shot was placed to perfection, just where Barry Lavetti's went earlier on.
Kept in play by Collins. Grant Brebner, former Manchester United youngster. Smith. Lovell. Latterby. Lehman. Lovely turn from Dirk Lehman! Super strike from Lehman! And Hibs strike first in the Edinburgh derby!
Well, the build-up deserved a special finish, and this man has just provided it. A wonderfully worked move there by Hibs. The patient build-up, the ball forward by Latterby. Lehman wrong foots Petric, and that's a wonderful right foot finish. Tremendous turn here. Petric yards off him, and he buries that with some confidence. Dirk Lehman, the first chance he's had tonight, and boy does he make it count.
Alex McLeish delighted that his decision to play Lehman ahead of young Kenny Miller has paid off so soon. Latterby will leave the throw for Smith. Smith might get a cross in here, he does. And here's Brebner. Oh, it's only gone as far as Sauzee, who can hit them! And it's 2-0 to Hibs! Another fine finish, this time from Franck the Frenchman.
Well, he doesn't score ordinary goals, this lad. And that's why he's a European Champions Cup winners medal, and he goes all the way to celebrate with the Hibs fans. What a start for Alec McLeish's side this evening. Fitzroy Simpson back here defending as Grant Brevner tries to get the cross in. Breaks perfectly for Franck Sauzee. Now, you don't see a ball struck any sweeter than that. And that's a finish that would grace any stadium in Europe. Right over the top of it, bang! And again, Niemi blameless. Well, what a moment this man has provided in this game. And he's just walking onto this. It's right up his street. And with his ability to strike the ball as cleanly as he does, well, perhaps it was inevitable. And you can see the delight there in his manager's face, and no wonder.
Miller shrugging off Severin, and it's Miller to wrap it up for Hibs. They have hammered Hearts. It's a very Merry Christmas for the Hibeys.
Yeah, smashing finish there by Kenny Miller. Patalainen actually offside as this ball comes forward, but he's in a passive position. Willie Young lets Miller go correctly, and he does make the most of it here. Just looks up and strokes it behind Anthony Niemi. And that's the finish of an experienced striker, not a 19-year-old. Marvellous way for Hibs to end this derby. Once again, you really can't fault Niemi at all, left completely exposed. And what a night it's been for Alec McLeish.
Hearts ahead by a goal to nil. Presley. Collins taking no chances. It's an up and under, and again, would you believe it, Petric and Patalainen. Desperate to get back into it, couldn't get the touch there. Now here's Sauzee and Latapi. Latapi with the shot. Oh, it's a goal! What a goal! Russell Latapi brings Hibs level. Well, I mentioned players with special abilities, and this man has quality in abundance. Well, he had Sauzee as an option here, but there was only one thing in his mind. The first touch is good, takes him away from the player. Driving it past Niemi, who hasn't had much to do. And the one thing he will do is pick the ball out of the back of the net. Latapi equalises for Hibs. Look at the first touch, beautiful, and the drive through and past Niemi. 1-1. McGinley, Patalainen. Just switching that in, and Grant Murray was caught watching Russell Latapi. Here's Tom Smith. All the way to the back, Sauzee's there. It's in the back of the net! Hibs have taken the lead. That ball seemed to take an eternity to hit the net. Indecision. The Hearts defence. And Hibs are back in front. All the way to the back. Sauzee, perfect timing. Put it back across the face of the goal, and Presley and Niemi can only look on agonisingly, and I'm not quite sure that Franck Sauzee actually knows he scored the goal for Hibernian. Right on the hour, perfect timing. Look at that, just heading it back across goal. Niemi in trouble, Presley can't get there. It's 2-1 Hibs. If they're salvage anything, they have to be aware of being cut out in the break. Latapi on Petric. One way, then the other. Latapi! Oh, great shot! That's the goal! Patalainen! 3-1! The game's over! It's Patalainen!
trapped the run of Cameron. Here's McManus. 19-year-old making his full debut in the Scottish Premier League. Collins cross, McGinley is in there! Oh, it's come up the post and Patalainen does put it in! Miller couldn't quite score, Patalainen could, and Hibs aren't going to make it easy for Hearts, as you kind of expected.
Well, the game's right back in the melting pot, Ian. It was a break from young McManus on the right side which opened things up for Hibs. When the ball does come in, plenty of green and white bodies forward. McGinley with a good knock across the face of the goal. Miller had time to take a touch, decided to take the early header, and Patalainen makes the most of the rebound off the far post here. Good header by Miller. Patalainen the quickest to react, and Hibs right back in it, and really turning the pressure up on Hearts now.
Lovell. O'Neill. Latifi. Cracking cross. O'Neill in there. Patalainen! And this time it's going to count. Mixu Patalainen has equalised for Hibs.
Good refereeing by Hugh Dallasine, because there are claims for handball against Stephen Presley there as the ball came in. Hugh Dallas allowed the play to go on. Claim for the handball there. Hugh Dallas lets it go. Mixu Patalainen doesn't ask any questions. He gets on with the job, and he's not going to miss from that range. Just sits beautifully for him there. Yemi too late to come off his line. And on the evidence of what we've seen so far, no more than Alex McLeish's side deserves.
Well, what Hibs would give to turn things round before half-time. David Titeli with another cracking corner. He really whipped those into that 6-yard box, and it stayed in that box, and Patalainen has done it again! A quick-fire double for Mixu, and Hibs have turned it round. They're 2-1 up.
Well, he can't believe his luck, Ian, because once again the ball breaks to him in a wonderful position right in front of goal here. It might have been Larsson who wins the knockdown, and Patalainen again just a couple of yards from the goal line. Up goes Larsson, and again one touch is all that's required from Patalainen. You can't blame Yemi once again, and Hibs have stood this game on its head.
Well, if Darren Jackson comes on, we'll certainly know about it, because whilst he was warming up at half-time, the Hibs fans are used to cheer him when he played here. They're giving him plenty of stick. Latifi has tucked this through for Titeli! It's going to sneak in! David Titeli! Hibs 3, Hearts 1.
Well, it's the quality of his movement here, and he just ghosts in the blind side there of Stephen Presley. Latifi looks up, look at Titeli in the blind side of Stephen Presley, and one touch is enough. Yemi gets something on the ball, but not enough to keep it out. Delightful through ball there by Latifi to play him in, and the first time finish buys Hibs a priceless cushion in this game. And since they went a goal behind, Hibs really have dictated the pace and the tone of this game, and Alex McLeish, I beg your pardon, will be absolutely delighted at the way his side has responded.
Little touch from Titeli, gives it to Andrews, who then gives it back. Now Latifi. Kevin James in the way, plays a 1-2 off Hugh Dallas twice. Patalainen now to Latifi, and John O'Neill's going to be in here. Patalainen waiting for the cross. He's done it! Hibs hat-trick hero, Mixu Patalainen.
Well, it's an absolutely fabulous goal from the big fella. Once again he makes the delightful run there. Good ball wide, and that is a magnificent ball in by John O'Neill there. Straight into the space between the goalkeeper and the last defender. Patalainen just opens his body up, and the side of the foot is enough to guide it past Yemi. Wonderful ball in though by O'Neill. And, well, Hibs an easy street now.
And Mixu Patalainen becomes the first player to score a Premier League hat-trick in an Edinburgh derby. Well, here's Titeli's corner, and it's John O'Neill, and it's another one, number 5. pulsating performance from Hibernian.
Well, I think it's fitting that he's got himself a goal tonight, Ian, because his performance has been absolutely first class, John O'Neill. One touch to find the space, digging into a little bit of space, and nothing that Niemi can do here as this shot is rifled past him high into the net. And obviously Mixu Patalainen is going to get both the match spoil and the man of the match award, but John O'Neill has been a very close second.
More live action for you with the Monday Night Football, of course. It's Southampton against Manchester City, Monday at 7, Sky Sports 1 for Sky Digital viewers and Sky Sports Extra. Hibs are on the prowl again, in a menacing mood. Russell Latapi, twisting, turning, lovely 1-2! That is absolutely wonderful from Russell Latapi! 6 of the best for Hibs. They've been just stunning.
Well, we might have known that Russell Latapi would steal the shot to death, Ian. And that is an absolutely wonderful goal at any level of football. And it's the composure as much as anything else. A lad who always plays with his head up, looks up, knows there's a 1-2 on, gets it back. Well, he's got all the technique in the world to take it first time. And once again, Niemi knows nothing about it. A wonderfully executed goal, created and executed by Russell Latapi. Often the jewel in the Hibs crown. And that is a wonderful piece of football to round off. Well, a very special night for the Hibs fans.
Aims for Paco Luna, headed away by Andy Webster. Grant Brebner's first involvement. Now Alan Orman. Forward to De La Cruz. What a start! 36 seconds! Hibs are ahead! And they don't come much more memorable than that. Ali McLeish hides the smile.
What a start for Hibs. Wonderful ball out to Orman. Looks to threaten. He turns in De La Cruz, doesn't even lift his head, and it hits the top corner, and Niemi's nowhere. Turns in again, left foot strike, right in the top corner. What a start for Hibs.
Andy Niemi was just frozen to the spot here. He couldn't quite believe it. The placing was first rate. Hibs 1, Hearts 0. And let me remind you, that was 36 seconds. Franck Sauzee, lovely play, good pass, Brebner. Luna's made a great run, that will stay in, he's onside. Deflected! 2 for De La Cruz.
From Franck Sauzee, he's the one that gets the unbalance. Lovely ball from Bremner. Luna's got plenty of time, lifts his head, let's take the deflection and thank you very much, as easy as you like.
Franck Sauzee involved in the setup and Grant Brebner as well. It was a beautifully constructed move. Luna timed the run to perfection. It was deflected along the goal line and Ulises De La Cruz wasn't going to say no.
2 minutes of additional time to be played at Tynecastle. As Grant Brebner will fire the ball forward, and as Hibs score now, it will feel like a victory to them. Ball forward, De La Cruz is there, it's blocked, Townsley sees it spin away from him. John O'Neill! The captain does it for Hibs! Franck Sauzee is delighted, hugged by Donald Park. But John O'Neill with his third of the season, right on the 90th minute. Looks to have given Hibs a share of the points. Townsley was in there, laid it back, and that's how to dispatch a ball into the back of the net. He's played well, John O'Neill, and that's rounded off a fine performance.
It's a corner for Hibs. In it goes. Oh, and Hibs get off to a flyer. Garry O'Connor scores for the third match running. And Bobby Williamson's Hibernian can do no wrong at the moment.
That's a terrific delivery by John O'Neill. Loads of pace in the ball. Gary Caldwell gets the nick on here. And that's why it falls so perfectly there for Garry O'Connor, not picked up at the back post. Hearts with a player on either post there. Didn't have time to come out and press the ball low. Caldwell's touch on absolutely crucial, and it falls perfectly for the 18-year-old. What a start for Hibs.
Good work from Stephen Dobby, the sub. Plays it in front of Garry O'Connor. O'Connor has surely won the Edinburgh derby right at the death. The two subs combined, and O'Connor's shot was unstoppable. Moylan threw himself down, but the shot had enough power to find its way through. Hibs 1, Hearts 0.
Great play from O'Connor, driving forward, using his strength, his pace. The important thing here, Rob, he gets on target. It's a good ball to him. He keeps his head down, fires it. The goalkeeper should save it, but he doesn't. It's on target. If he misses it, it's going to be a goal. And that looks to me as if it's going to be the winner.
And that's how much the goal meant to Garry O'Connor and the Hibs fans. Garry O'Connor, Derek Riordan, shaping for the shot! It's a cracker! Riordan, 25 minutes in, has Hibs ahead on Derby Day, and he hasn't scored many better ones than that.
It's sheer quality, it's no way to describe this. Hearts have been the better team so far in the game, but you can't take away from class. He cuts inside, only one thing in his mind. We had a marvellous view of that right behind the ball, and it was only ever going to end up one place. Tremendous pace on the ball, right in the top corner. The goalkeeper, no matter what he does, he's never going to get anywhere near this, and you've got to say that's a fabulous goal.
Eric Riordan's 10th goal of the season has Bobby Williamson jubilant.
There is a bonny football team at Easter Road they play. I go along to cheer them every other Saturday. In colours green and white, the finest in the land today. The Hibs go marching on. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. We are the Hibee boys. Against the Continentals we have always stood the test. Against the famous English clubs we're better than the rest. We beat the champs of Europe and we are by far the best. As we go marching on. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. We are the Hibee boys. And when I dream of bygone days, as I do now and then, I dream about the forward line, who were our greatest men. Smith, Johnston, Riley, Turnbull, Ormond, we will see again, but their memory marches on. Gita Batty Riley! Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. We are the Hibee boys. And now we've got a younger team. I don't want to brag, I only want to say the Scottish Cup is in the bag. We're going to top the league next year and win the Scottish flag as we go marching on. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees. Glory, glory to the Hibees.